What's up, YouTube? Back again here with another gun video. As you can see, I don't have any parts laid out on the table today. I'm gonna show those in a second. I kind of wanted to keep it a surprise for at least the intro of the video. I will start off by saying that we are going to be using this armorer's block, the Wheeler hammer and punch set. So we're going to be doing some cool stuff, and a flathead screwdriver. So parts that we are installing today: Wilson Combat 14-pound hammer spring, the chrome silicon number 14, the Beretta aluminum lanyard loop. Excuse me. If you guys didn't know, the lanyard loop that is currently installed on here is plastic, so I'm going to be changing that out for the aluminum one. And the Beretta skeletonized hammer. And a few other things that I picked up from the Beretta store here. These come in plastic wrap. I picked up 6 10-round magazines. Shout out to one of my subscribers. Gave me the heads up on this. Let me see. Let me just pull up his name real quick because I don't want to butcher it. I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but again, I don't want to butcher it and I want to shout him out. Shout out to Mr. Ducati for the heads up on the sale. So here are 3. Put that off to the side. And another 3 more. How about that? Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. These Freedom Seed cartridges are beautiful. Look at that. All its glory. Excuse me. So these 6 plus the 2 that came with the gun is 8. However, one of the mags that came with the gun, it doesn't properly eject. I don't know why. It kind of just stays stuck in the gun. May have to hit up Beretta and ask why, or maybe they can replace it for me. I don't know. But one of the ones, the other one, the one of 2, is fine. That one ejects properly, and all of these eject properly. Kind of already tested it. This gun is clear. So, yeah, so you see, pops out just fine. Yeah, okay, so gun is clear. No live rounds here. Not today. If you guys would like to see a range video, let me know. I've got this GoPro that I'm recording on right now, and I've got a new Sony camera. Link will be in the description below. Right there, somewhere here. I don't know. If you guys want to watch that video, it's a little more on the boring kind of techie side, but that's kind of my roots, is the techie stuff. I am a tech person, so yeah. Alright, so let's jump right in. The reason I'm doing these 3 together is because to remove and replace the hammer, you need to remove the lanyard loop, and to get to the hammer spring, you got to remove the lanyard loop. So it kind of just makes sense to do all this stuff together. Why am I gonna kill myself and do separate videos? So let's disassemble this thing. To do that, press the button here, move your slide forward. It is important to note that for this you will want your hammer all the way forward. So I just found it easier just to decock it while I still had the slide on, rather than manually dropping it. I guess you could manually drop it, but whatever. You need to remove your grip panels. Don't forget to loosen the screws all the way. So, grip panels are off. Set that to the side. And to remove the lanyard loop, we got to drive this punch out. I'm not sure how difficult that's going to be, but we're going to attempt this on camera. So yeah, let me just grab a punch here that is a good size, and a little hammer. Okay, so I'm assuming to do this we have to apply pressure. It's easier if you have one of these blocks, or maybe a block of wood would even work. I've seen a couple videos where some folks use a block of wood. I think this punch will do. Okay, so what you want to do is apply pressure, and you can kind of press down on it a little bit on the lanyard loop. So what you want to do is apply pressure on the lanyard loop, and yeah, that thing's not moving. So you might have to get this thing started. Let's see if it's even coming out. Okay, so you see the roll pin here is starting to come out here. You can kind of see it here. So you just want to keep on doing that. And the idea is to get the same or smaller, a little bit smaller size. Okay, that's out. See why it's kind of handy to have this armor's block, because then you can just, oh, is it oh, sweet, I didn't know that. This thing is magnetic. Check that out. Magnetic. Because then you can just kind of, what I did was I lined up the roll pin in one of the holes and just drove that through. So then what you want to do is press down and slowly back off on the lanyard loop, and here it is. And this thing is super cheap. It feels super cheap. It's plastic. Don't know why these gun manufacturers put plastic. And here is, you know what, I'm gonna take a look at that while it's in there, just to kind of show you guys and for myself how that looks. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me see if I can see that. So basically there's this little, I don't know what it's even called, like the little spring or little metal rod in there. And basically what you want to do is just, when you're reinstalling your spring, you put it inside. So in theory, one sec here. Let me just make sure you guys can see me. And where did that, oh, here it is. So in theory, what you want to do is just pretend this is the metal part in the gun. You want to put it inside of the spring. So it sits like this, inside. A lot of people on some videos that I watch, they say over. I don't, it's kind of confusing. Just put that little metal piece that's inside of the gun, inside of the spring. So it sits like that. Okay, let's put this spring off to the side so I don't get confused. And then literally what you do is you just pull this pin out here, and boom, your hammer spring, or not your hammer spring, but your hammer is free. So remove that. Let's open up the new and improved skeletonized hammer. Apparently Beretta claims that with this new hammer, since it's a reduction in weight, you may want to pull the trigger back just so you could get it in there, and then just put the pin in there and boom, done. And now this does nothing because it doesn't have the spring in there and it's not under tension for it to fly forward, and you have to manually do it. So now that's the new skeletonized hammer in there. It's super easy. I forgot to mention that you do have to hold this back, pull the pin out, and then slide it out, there's like a little groove that it has to fit into, so it's easier if you hold the trigger all the way back. And while I'm here, let me just clean this. There we go. Drop your pin in there, boom. Drop your hammer down, sweet. Okay, don't need those parts anymore, garbage. Alright, so let's get the new hammer spring out. You know, I was afraid apparently that with this poundage for the hammer spring that it might be too light. But apparently Wilson Combat saying that in some of the models that they sell, they even put 12.5 pound springs on there with a lower power recoil spring. Or do I have a higher power? I forget. I have a 14 pound recoil spring in there. So again, to reinstall, you gotta find that little metal rod that sticks out and put the spring through it. Now let's get the lanyard loop. Does it feel different? It does. Cool. Yeah. You can even maybe tell a difference in the finishes. This one's plastic, it's dull. This one's metal. So more reliable if you do use a lanyard loop, that it won't break off. Or if you drop your gun, it won't break off. Okay, so the way this has to go in. Oh, that tight fit there. Oops. Sorry, got a phone call. Okay, so the way you gotta do this is this lanyard loop has to be facing forward because that's the way the holes are. So then you just press down. And there we go. And we got this guy. Is it in there or what? Can't see it. Okay, so just get this rope pin started here. Okay, so I got it started and the roll pin or the punch fell out on its own. So now just drive it on home. Sweet. And then you can play with the fitment of it. I'm gonna drive it through just a tiny bit more, just so it's flush. Even on both sides, I should say. Perfect. Perfect. So that's that. What else are we installing? Is that it? Oh, cool. So that's it, ladies and gents. Skeletonized hammer. That's pretty heavy. Let me put the slide on it just to check for function. Did I not do this right or what? What's going on here? Oh, I didn't do this right. I fucked this up. I messed this up on camera. Shame on me. I drove it through the wrong spot. No wonder. So I pushed it too far down. I actually drove it through here. I pushed it too far, thinking that it was in there, right? gotta get it at the right angle. What's going on here? This thing is incredibly difficult, proving difficult for me to install. Why is it? I guess you gotta catch it at the exact angle here. There it is. Alright, cool. Alright, now we can do it. So I'm just gonna back this punch out just a tad so I can get my roll pin started here. Okay, let's back it out some more. Try this sucker on home. I wonder if I can. Is this thing not going in? Okay, so I should be able to just. Okay, is it not? What's going on here? Sorry guys, technical difficulties. I know. I don't understand why it's not just driving through. Should I have started it from the other side? Okay, let's try this again. Sorry guys, I don't know what I'm doing here, I'm new. Okay, there it is. So let me back this off a bit and get this guy started here. Almost done. Okay, let me grab this punch just to finish her off so I don't mar up my gun here. Minor OCD is kicking in. I need to get it just right. Need some more there. Perfect. Now let's try that. There we go. Why couldn't that go right the first time on camera, damn it. Whatever, I'm gonna leave it in. In video blooper. So let's. Wow, that take up is easy. Sweet. I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I was starting to say it and then I messed up and didn't say it. Apparently Beretta claims that your gun will actually shoot faster, and it's maybe negligible, the difference, because apparently this well, not apparently, but because of the skeletonized hammer, it reduces weight. But the weight is so small. The reduction of weight is so small, it's not even funny. I think it's like 0.1 ounces difference. The stock one weighs just under an ounce. It's 0.09 ounces. And the new one weighs 0.08. So, I mean, come on now. But whatever. Let me get some snap caps. I just got some 9mm snap caps the other day, and I want to test the trigger. If I could load 3 of these up, it'd be fantastic. Okay, so snap caps, gotta have them. One in the chamber. Nice. Oh man, that feels amazing, just pulling this thing back on its own. And the travel on this thing is sweet. Huh. Look at that. It's so easy. Even that first cock, short, and then break. Pretty nice. I love it. Drop that. Eject that. Decock. And we're ready to roll. The only thing that I still have to do, and I've been in contact with Wilson Combat, but I don't know what they're doing. They don't really want to send me a new oversized checkered mag release, because the other one that I tried to install on the last video that I did trying to upgrade this thing, it didn't fit, and I tried it again earlier off camera, and it just does not want to go in. So sorry guys, I'm reading something. My phone keeps going off, sorry. The mag release just does not want to go in for the life of me. I can't understand or begin to comprehend why the tolerance on it is so tight. And I talked to Wilson Combat, and the guy was like, oh, well, every mag release is different because every gun is different and blah, 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 blah. And and he told me to call back on a Monday so I could talk to the Beretta gunsmiths, and I don't know. You know, I just think it kind of sucks that they can't just be like, oh yeah, we'll exchange it for you, no problem. Instead, they want to try to have me either, I'm not filing the gun down. I'm not filing anything down on this. I shouldn't have to. They market their parts as drop-in, so I expect it to be a drop-in part. You know, look at these parts from Beretta, the made in Italy stuff. You know, drop-in. I understand it's direct from the manufacturer, but Wilson Combat has a name to stand behind, and they're really well known for their parts, especially this aftermarket stuff. So I mean, come on, this trigger was really nice, the hammer springs, all the internal stuff that I did, perfect. So I don't understand why they're making such a big deal with just swapping me out for a new checkered mag release. So I don't know. The next video that I post, I have a surprise modification, kind of. It's more of an aesthetic thing for this one, for this Beretta here. So stay tuned for that. But I will be attempting to install a brand new checkered mag release, and if that fits, then I'll send the old one back, and if they don't fit, then I'm sending both back. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys, again, shout out to Mr. Ducati for the knowledge, the info on the sale on the Beretta site. Picked up a lot of mags, so that was very, very helpful of him. If you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video, guys, as it does help the channel grow. I'm slowly gaining subscribers, and I really want to get into this YouTube thing because it's kind of fun. So anyway, guys, that's a wrap. I'll see you guys next time.